My name's Jacob, I'm a calisthenics champion, I'm able to do 40 plus pull-ups and I'm gonna show you how to double your pull-ups. I'll be doing it by showing you two simple workouts. My recommendation is that you watch both and see what fits your style of training best. Maybe you can even try both and see how your body responds to each one. Of course, in order to double your reps, you need to have a baseline to start from, meaning that for these strategies to work, you should already be able to complete a few clean pull-ups. If you're not able to do that, then I've linked a video in the description with some of my favorite progressions. But besides that, it doesn't matter if you can do 3 reps or 30 reps because it's all very scalable, as you'll see soon. For whatever workout you end up choosing, you should complete it twice a week. And this is due to recovery reasons because it's quite difficult to manage fatigue with 3 pulling sessions per week. Also, this way you can go all out on both sessions and still be able to recover since there is no added weight in the workouts. Alright, let's get into it. This workout consists of 3 supersets. Each set needs to be completed as fast as possible and you'll be doing a 3 to 5 minute break in between sets. The goal isn't to complete the sets unbroken, but to uphold the form and achieve the fastest time possible. So you can break up the exercises, let go of the bar, and take strategic rests as you see fit. The first exercise in the workout is paused pull-ups. This variation keeps the movement pattern of a regular pull-up, but it adds a stop halfway through the motion. It doesn't need to be a long pause, you simply stop for a split second and then continue. And this allows you to develop strength through the entire movement. This is useful because a common mistake is over-relying on the first explosive part of a pull-up. That may sound confusing, as an explosive pull usually is very efficient. It generates momentum from the bottom and sometimes that momentum is enough to complete the rep. But it usually only works for a few repetitions because, as you probably know, explosive power is limited. So if you want to do high reps, you need to conserve your explosive power and you need strength in the position where the momentum dies out. So basically you need to train the sticking point. Paused pull-ups are excellent for this. They require you to explode from the bottom, intentionally stop the momentum halfway and then generate it again. So that's the first exercise, but for how many repetitions? For this, you need to test your current max repetitions of pull-ups, and when you have that number, you're gonna divide it by 2. That's the number of paused pull-ups you should complete. And if the number is uneven, then you round up. The next exercise is an isometric hold with your arms at a 90-degree angle. So close to the same position that you paused in the previous pull-ups. Again, take the number of your max divided by 2 and hold the position for that many seconds. Next, you'll move on to another isometric hold, this time in the top position with your chin over the bar. Again, hold the position for the number of seconds that equals your max divided by 2. And as mentioned, you can take as many strategic breaks as you need, you just need to complete the seconds all together. The next and last exercise of the set is regular pull-ups. Get a good semi-false grip and a wide hand placement, and again, complete your max divided by 2. These 4 exercises combine for one set. And maybe you've noticed that the pull-ups don't continue into an easier horizontal pulling exercise like rows. Even though that's the typical structure, and while rows will definitely build your back muscles and strength, it's not as efficient for increasing pull-up repetitions. A thing I've learned is that the fastest endurance progress comes when you almost entirely fatigue on the movement patterns you want to improve. But if you want to improve in multiple aspects and you have the time, you can always add rows later in your workout. I recommend timing the duration of all 3 sets. Obviously the times will get slower in the second and third set, but you won't be comparing the times from 1 to 2 to 3. You'll be comparing your sets across workouts. So for example, the second set compared to the second set in later workouts. And when you've beaten your time on all 3 sets by a margin, or when you're able to complete the set unbroken, then you can reap the benefits and test a new max. The second strategy is an EMOM, which is short for every minute on the minute. In this style of training, you complete a fixed number of reps at the start of each minute. For the rep range, you still need to know your current max, but instead of dividing it by 2, you're gonna divide it by 3. And again, if the number's uneven, then you round up. Start a timer and complete that number of reps within 1 minute. If you complete it within 15 seconds, then great, then you can rest for the remaining 45 seconds until the next minute begins. And if you complete it in 30 seconds, then you rest for 30 seconds and so on. As soon as the next minute begins, you complete the reps again and prepare for the next minute. The first few minutes it'll be easy, but then eventually you get less and less rest, and when you can't complete the repetitions before the next minute begins, then you stop. The workout's done. In this strategy, you compare and keep track of the completed number of minutes across workouts. When you get stronger and the minutes start to go up, you can recalculate your max, but you can also have a fixed retest every 6 weeks and adjust from there. Compared to the first workout, the EMOM strategy is the better alternative if you already feel strong in the top parts of the pull-up and you mainly seek an efficient way to implement volume. It's important to note that both options not necessarily are standalone workouts, but easily could and probably should be implemented into existing programs. I also think it's important to mention that even though this video has focused on workout structure, another way to improve your reps is by improving your technique. For that, I've linked a video with my best technical cues in the description, and I recommend watching that next. I hope you found the video helpful and good luck with your training.